Hello, I'm Brandon K. Hedgepeth, and as the host of this show, I'm so excited to invite you to my latest conversation on Tansson Talks, where today I'll be speaking with the one and only Adrian Eldridge. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. I'm so excited to have you on. And so, first of all, how are you doing today, Adrian?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a pretty chill day.
That's good. Yeah, and so like I said, I'm just so excited to have you on the show. And before we start, if you're able to go ahead and introduce yourself for the watching or listening audience here today.
My name is Adrian Eldridge. I'm a student at Old Dominion University and I'm studying strategic communications with a minor in digital marketing. I'm a member of PRSSA and an upcoming online liaison for PRSSA.
I'm just so excited, like I said, for you and your personal and professional endeavors, and especially with ODPRSSA as my successor as online liaison. I'm just so excited to see what you're going to do with the position.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And so I definitely actually wanted to start off our conversation with saying, so what actually brought you into wanting to do strategic communication and digital marketing?
So, I've always been a creative person, and as a kid, I liked art and drawing and all that. So when I got to college, I took up art as a minor, but I still wanted to have a business background so I can take it somewhere. But the major wasn't really for me, and it was during COVID as well, so I wasn't really feeling inspirational. And a few years later, I changed my major and I went to media studies. And after that year, it wasn't really still motivational for me. So after meeting with Brendan, who was a substitute advisor at the time, he told me about strategic communications and what they offer. And I was like, let me give it a try and see what happens. And I fell in love with it. I felt like strategic communication, you can be creative and also have the business background as well. So all I felt like it was a major for me. So that's why I really like it. I'm glad I went with that option.
I'm so glad that that worked out for you. And prior to being given by your being recommended to it by your at the time temporary advisor, were you familiar with strategic communication at all?
I was not at all. I didn't even know it was a major.
And so overall, I did actually want to backtrack just for some clarification. So I know that just prior to being strategic communication, that you were media studies. But would you say that you were right before that?
Before media studies. I think it was still business and art still in that lane. I don't remember the exact major, but after that, I went to media studies and then strategic communications.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm so glad that you were able to to find a path that that worked for you. And so when you originally had actually found media studies, so were you familiar with that at all, or what really I guess drew you from the drew you to there from art and business?
So media studies, I felt like it was more film based and not too much marketing and stuff like that. So what drew me to it was actually film. Film was my major before media studies. That was it. And I felt like film was still creative and stuff like that, but I don't think I wanted to make movies anymore. I think just marketing and just showing my creativity in certain doses. So that's what drew me to media studies because I'm trying to remember the classes that I took. Most of it was like just being aware of the type of media that's going on around us today and what is being shown there. But yeah, I feel like it wasn't for me.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense too. And I know even for myself, like I know our university has so many different, fields and opportunities within the communication field. And just like you were saying too, that while, one aspect of it, media studies wasn't, for you, strategic communications is much more, up your alley. Whereas for me, despite doing some stuff in strategic communication. I was a media studies person, so I mean, I
Hmm.
feel like everyone has their own different avenue that they're able to explore and make their own.
Right, their own little niche.
Yeah, exactly. And overall, how long have you been in the strategic communication program now at ODU?
This is my first year. I've just completed my first year.
How does it feel to be done with the spring 2024 semester now?
It feels relieving. Um, it wasn't a hectic year as past years have been. So I would say this is probably my easiest year that I've gone through, and I really enjoyed my time during doing like strategic communications.
I'm so glad that you are enjoying it and hopefully making the most out of your studies.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, of course. And so overall, yeah, and taking a step back a little. So was ODU always your your first choice for for university?
ODU was my second choice. I wanted to go to VCU at first, but I felt like it was too hectic, and I feel like ODU I get the whole school experience with the closed campus and just more safety parts of there too. Of that, yeah. I was about to say after visiting the campuses, I decided then like which one I felt more comfortable with going.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, and I completely understand what you're saying. And so overall, have you been enjoying the ODU campus thus far?
Yeah, I love ODU campus. I really do.
I'm just so glad, like I said, that you're enjoying your experience thus far. And yeah, and is ODU like how far is ODU away from where you more traditionally reside?
So I'm from Danville, Virginia, which is 4 hours away from Norfolk.
So just a little bit of a drive.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
But overall, how was it for you, to know that you're at the very least within within a quarter day, driving distance, where you're not too far, but at the same time you have your own your own little spot for your college experience.
Yes, it was just right. So like it was a good distance from home, but a good distance where I can go back just and like when I feel like it.
Yeah, I think that's just such a nice yeah, such a nice way to do that because, like you said, that you are able to, yeah, to go back realistically, within just a few hours. But in the same time, though, that you're able to explore a little bit. And overall, how was your time like adjusting to campus life when you first arrived?
Mm, adjusting, I didn't think it was really hard because my first year of college I was doing co quarantine. I'm sorry, got tongue tied, but I think that really motivated me to go to campus and actually have the college experience. And my first year there, I had like three other great roommates who were also just getting back to campus as well. So we all wanted to do everything and just, have our college experience the right way.
I love that, and actually, I did want to dive into that a little bit more. And so you were saying, that you wanted to experience it the right way. So are you able to go into detail about that?
And just doing and being involved in campus events, joining clubs, just seeing what our campus has to offer instead of the classes.
Yeah, being able to have a nice balance in there.
Right.
And overall, would you say that you've been able to to get involved in your time on on campus and get to explore the opportunities that ODU has to offer?
Yeah, I would say I have explored a lot on campus to see opportunities, what type of opportunities I have. And yeah, I feel like this year I started to join more clubs and organizations, being that I joined PRSSA, and that was totally different for me. But I really enjoyed it.
I'm so glad that that you did enjoy it. And so, what actually led you to join PRSSA, and at what point did you join?
So actually, I think it was fall semester. They had their org fest, and I was there for my friend actually that was looking for a club to join, and I had ran into PRSSA's table, and once I told them I'm newly into strategic communications, they were like, "Oh, that's perfect. Like you should join PRSSA." So I was like, maybe I should. So I looked at it, I looked into it, and I went to their first meeting, and I really liked it. It was a great environment, welcoming environment.
I'm so glad that you enjoyed the environment, and and that you stuck around, and especially now as a incoming executive board member. How does that feel?
It feels great. I don't think I ever could imagine like me going further with a organization like that, and I really liked it so much that I just wanted to get more involved. So I'm glad I could be an online liaison.
I absolutely love that, and I will ask too. So originally, like when you were approached to to potentially join the executive board, did you know that that's something that you wanted to do, or you were you approached about it, or somewhere in between?
So Emily actually suggested it to me, and I was kind of nervous because I was like, I've never done anything like this before, especially in college. Um, but I was like, I was willing to take on the challenge, so that's why I accepted it.
I absolutely love that. Yeah. And from personal experience, with our ODU PRSSA, I know many of us are voluntold into our positions, but I think each of us just do our best to strive in our positions. And I know that you're just going to do an amazing job.
Thank you.
Of course. And so, overall, though, like with your experience with ODU PRSSA, so I guess how has your involvement, I guess, increased leading up to you about to assume your position in I guess just a few days.
Um, it's been an eye opener for the amount of opportunities. Look, seeing the amount of opportunities that come from networking and stuff like that. I feel like I can grow more as a person with PRSSA.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I know recently we just went on a bit our big annual spring trip just back in middle of March, and so are you able to tell us a little bit about your experience with that event?
So I've always loved New York. So when it was when it was announced that we were going, I was like, I have to make it to New York because I love New York. And when I got there and experienced all that we did, from NBC Studios to the UN headquarters, I really like it was just so much to take in, but I was enjoying every step of it.
I'm so excited that you had a chance to participate in that. And I know since you said that you love New York, so had you actually been to New York City prior to this?
Yes, I've been once for my 16th birthday, but it was really short. We were there for one day, and I feel like it's so much to do. You can't experience New York in one day. But I'm glad I had my little like taste of it when I did. So when I got there, it was like it wasn't like so scary, but I was ready to like see what else is here in New York.
I love that. And what would you say I guess was your favorite part about the whole experience? And and for those listening who are just now learning about this trip, are you able to tell us like a little bit as to how the trip overall, went?
The trip overall, I feel like it was a big learning experience, and I felt like to me it made me more comfortable seeing myself in newer environments and where I would want to see myself in the future. Um, Especially experiencing with other students as well, to see them want to do the same thing, and we can like share our ideas and just express our emotions like about our dreams and stuff. I feel like New York just opened our eyes to like more opportunities.
Yeah, I really love what you said there, about opening you up to new opportunities. And so after, when you graduate, I know that you were mentioning during the trip that, you'd consider actually, moving to New York.
Hmm. I've been looking at grad school up here, not up here, up in New York, and I've just been looking into opportunities and different things I could take on to go to New York. Just an excuse to go up there.
I love that. And and overall though, what would you say, I guess, was, you know, your favorite part about it? And was this your first trip that you were able to do, like, with other, college students?
This was my first college trip. It was. What was your other question? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. So I was saying, since this was your first college trip, I guess how was the experience being able to experience this with other people? And because I always feel like the spring trips are always just such an amazing bonding opportunity as well. And so I want to see how your perspective was.
Yes, it was an amazing trip because I got to meet so many. I got to grow a closer relationship with members of PRSSA, and I felt like we have so much in common, but we're also different. And I really enjoyed it. It was a great group of people. Like I felt really safe.
I love that. And yeah, and I mean, and I know, for me, it was so great being able to, meet you on the train ride that we had, up to New York.
Oh yeah,
And
that was our first time meeting.
yeah, and so it was just so great being able to, like I said, meet you. And I know we're having just a great conversation, going there. And so overall, like, what were your thoughts about us, using the train as a way to, to transport there? And we really got to, I think, during our trip, really immerse ourselves within, the New York culture with our use of, public transportation to walking around the city. And how was all of that, for you? Were you able to do any of that stuff, when you were there when you were 16?
I don't think we took the bus and the subway when I was in New York. I think we just walked everywhere because we were in like the Times Square area. But this experience, that the experience we had on the train and on the public transportation, it was really fun. I felt like it was hectic, but it was worth it because I felt like I was in a movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm so glad that, like I said, that you were able to enjoy and take advantage of, of it. And so overall, what would you say, like, you're most looking forward to, for the future for you and ODU-PRSSA?
I'm looking forward to seeing growth in myself because networking hasn't always been my thing. I never really was much of a talker when I was younger, so I'm so amazed and grateful where I am today. So right now I'm just, enjoying the ride, seeing where PRSSA can take me and what we can do to help each other grow.
I absolutely love that. And yeah, and I can relate to that a bit myself as well, because for me, despite having this podcast and meeting a lot of people, is that while I do love meeting people, I'm definitely very introverted. I'm not much of a center of attention person. I kind of like being to the sideline somewhere. And so
Mm.
I would say that for me and my experiences, with ODUPRSA, has definitely has allowed for me to to open new horizons and explore a little bit, about those around me and even for myself. And so I'm just so excited that you're now able to experience those same opportunities, and I know that you're going to make the absolute most of it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, but I did actually want to speak a little bit about, you know, for you, your business side of things. And so you'd mentioned that you'd always, wanted to, to do something in business, and that you like strategic communication because it has, yeah, a little business aspect of it as well.
Mm.
And so overall, like, what are your overall plans for wanting to do with a business?
I actually want to start my own business. I'm looking into the clothing industry. So I'm actually currently looking for vendors and just creative thinking and all that. Just going through the process of just building the foundation for my business. I'm not sure where I want to take it or what like industry I want to go in, what field of fashion it should go in, but I'm just being patient with it so it can just go right.
I like that you said that. I said that you're trying to be, patient with it and just try to, I guess, figure out what you want to do as you're learning about yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because starting a business, I feel like it's the hardest part because it's so much you have to learn, and business industries like are so fast paced and always changing. So yeah, I just want to be patient with it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that like I said that you're taking the route of learning about yourself and what you want to do before you officially dive right into it. And so I know even for me, I had always known I'd wanted to start a business of some kind. I didn't really know, what it was going to be about or whatever. Maybe something technology related, but for me, it was just one day, like in May of 2016, I was just like, well, I always wanted to start a business. I don't know what I want to do, but let me start a foundation. That's actually when I started my YouTube channel back on, May 1st of that year and just continued forward from there. And, here I am 8 years later and, doing this podcast and doing what I love. And so I think sometimes you just have to take that first step.
Yeah, because I actually do want to start a YouTube channel as well, but I just cannot take that first step.
If I can ever be of assistance to help you with that, just let me know. I'd be so excited to help you with, with following your dreams and your own passions.
Thank you so much because I really want to start a YouTube. I've been a YouTube junkie since I could remember, as long as I could remember. And to have my own channel, it would be really, really great.
That sounds amazing. Out of curiosity, what would you want to do with your potential future YouTube channel?
I don't know. You know, I was thinking about a lifestyle vlog, just, you know, having fun, just showing people the good side of life, the comfortable side, just doing the positive on YouTube. But I don't know where I want to take it. I would just let it do its own thing.
That's amazing, and that's something I had really always wanted to do. While I was in college, and while I didn't unfortunately have the chance to do that in the way that I would have probably mentally have envisioned, I think that that'd just be so amazing if you're able to do that. And I'm so excited to continue following your journey.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And I definitely want to link back to this as well. But outside of just your academics and ODPR, as I say, what are some of your other interests that you have?
Some of my other interests. Um, I've been just trying to make my interests my lifestyle. Just being creative, being in that industry, starting a business, all of that. But most of the time, I'm just hanging with my friends and family because that's like literally what just grounds me and makes me feel comfortable and free. But if I'm not chilling, I'm just thinking about the future, which is probably not the best thing all the time, but that's what I do.
I I entirely understand and relate to that too because I know for me, I'm very much a future thinker, and so I always like envisioning the future, like what does it have to offer? What can I do to prepare for it now? And and I know it's important to, of course, be grounded in the present too. But I feel like the best way
Hmm.
for me to do that is just by being with the people I enjoy being with,
Right.
and to experience what's around me. And so I'm so glad that, like what you were saying, that being with your friends and family, just hanging around is what keeps you, grounded and I suppose motivated as well.
Yes, very motivated.
And overall, what would you say? Yeah, since you said that you do enjoy thinking about the future, what would you say if you were to, say right now? Because I know it's subject to change. What would you think that the future would look like for you as of right now?
I think the future would look like, I think the future for me would look like, um, I don't know, just owning a successful business, being able to provide for my family and friends. Um, yeah, maybe like just, having my family, having my friends around me, just being surrounded by the people I love, and us being able to do what we want freely.
I absolutely love that, and yeah, and I really like that. Yeah, that throughout your responses to you, that you've been saying that you love being with your friends and your family, and yeah, being surrounded by them. So I actually wanted to turn this question and say, so what does being surrounded by your friends and family mean to you personally?
Um, I think it's important to have friends and family around because you just see yourself as not, it's just you not being so in your head all the time, when you can just let go around your family and friends and just enjoy life, enjoy the present and time, and grow. We can learn from each other. We can be there for one another, and still like just still grow as a person, but grow with each other as well.
I really like that sentiment that you had, yeah, with growing from each other, and I think that's just such an important part of, especially where we are right now, yeah, as emerging adults in college, because I feel like we are who we surround ourselves with,
Hmm.
and yeah, and for me, there's no one that I would rather surround myself with than with my amazing family, the amazing people I've had, on this podcast, and everyone I've had a chance to meet, over these past several years, and so I'm just so glad that that helps, energize you and help you be who you are.
Thank you.
Of course, and yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just so excited that I said that we had a chance to chat here, and yeah, I mean, I'm just so excited, like I said, for you and everything that you have, both now and the future that you're working on, and yeah,
Thank you so much, Brenda.
of course. So you mentioned that one of the things that you like about strategic communication is that you get a chance to get outside your comfort zone a little bit and to meet new people and to network, and so overall, what do you hope that a year from now that you're able to have grown within this next year?
I hope and pray to gain more confidence in myself, to market myself to others and network with others, um, and gain opportunities and learn more from others as well. And yeah, it's just confidence. It really takes confidence, and it has to grow. It's a growing process.
Yeah, it definitely is, and I can say that from personal experience too. That you know sometimes it just takes just adding just a little bit, more confidence and just slowly pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. But I have absolutely no doubt that you're going to to make it and strive with whatever that you decide to do now or in the future, or actually both.
Thank you. Because even at the marketing breakfast, I was so nervous to talk to everyone, but I just did it. Like, I just went for it.
and have that feel, being able to dive outside your comfort zone just a little bit.
It felt relieving because I got to learn more and meet new people.
That is so great. And yeah, and what would you say, yeah, I guess what would you say like was your favorite part about being able to, yeah, to meet everyone, and like did some people hopefully ask questions about you and your interests as well?
Yes, they did. They asked me what I did and what I plan to do. But yeah, I enjoyed everything.
I'm just so glad, like I said, that it's all, working out and everything. And like I said, Adrian, I'm just so excited, like I said, to see what you're going to continue to do. And I think it's just so great that you're, like I said, learning yourself, continuing to, to grow in what you enjoy, and and surrounding yourself with people that, that energize you. And so, I just wish you all the best in everything, and definitely know that I'm going to always be here supporting the amazing work that you are doing.
Thank you, Brandon. I wish the same to you as well. I hope you get to grow with your platform more and just enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Thank you so much. And yeah, but for those who are tuning in right now, where are the best places for them to potentially, follow you online or potentially connect with you?
LinkedIn would probably be a good one, and Instagram. My Instagram is adria.nnic.
All right, well, that definitely sounds great. And yeah, and before I go into the final question, I did want to ask: are there any questions that you have, have for me while we're speaking here?
Hmm. How was your year being online liaison?
Ooh, that's actually a really good question. So, I really enjoyed my time a part of the ODPRSSA executive board. I had the absolute honor of, holding this position, well, being the first person to have this position and to have it for, for 2 years. And I would say I really love being able to give opportunities to students who may not have had the chance to had opportunities before. For myself, as an online student, when I originally went to join our PRSSA chapter, it was for campus students only. And, but it was just, you know, it was really interesting because I wasn't even a strategic communication student. I wasn't
Mhm.
knowledgeable in public relations when I joined. But my professor just really wanted me to have that opportunity to, be a part of it. And so being able and so them, opening the doors for me to join online, I think was just so beneficial for my education, both academic and personal. And so I wanted to return the favor by, allowing for online students to join our meetings and to be involved members just like I was able to.
Yeah.
And so I'm so glad I've had a chance to, to have this position, and hopefully build some bridges for new students to, to join, and also to have amazing online panels where we're able to speak with, other PRSSA members who, who live in different areas or in some cases even different countries, and being able to meet with them and network and get to know them as as not just connections, but as potential colleagues or friends. And so that sort of, was my favorite part of that. And of course, the spring trip as well, was
Hmm.
just so nice to be able to meet, all of the amazing members I've seen on screens, to meet them in person, and and get a chance to, to network with each of you and to get to know you better. And and I'm just so grateful for all of the opportunities. And but I would have to say though, the biggest honor would be training you as my successor, and I'm just so excited to see what you're gonna do with this
Yeah.
position.
Yes. I have a few ideas, but I'm not sure. I'm just playing around with it and just thinking right now.
Well, I definitely know with whatever you decide to do that you're going to make it your own, and I'm very excited to see what you do as the second ever ODU PRSSA online liaison.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I did actually want to allow a moment for you to go ahead and end our episode with whatever be an inspirational thought, life lesson, or whatever the case may be. The floor is all yours, Adrian.
Hmm. Inspirational. I can't think of anything, not a particular quote in my head, but I'm just going to say my mom always inspires me to keep going. And she always tells me just to get out the house and just explore the world. So if I could pass that on to everyone else, just explore the world, explore your opportunities. Don't be afraid to just start something new.
I absolutely love that, and I will honestly say that that's probably one of the best things we could do to end out this episode.
Thank you.
But yeah, like I said, Adrian, thank you so much for coming on and for speaking with me, and I did want to ask too. So, how was this experience being able to be on this and tell a little bit about your story?
On the podcast,
Yes,
I was so nervous at first joining the podcast, but you made it really comfortable and really good, great experience. And I like how it turned out.
I'm so glad. Like I said, but you are always welcome here on the show, and I'm just so excited to see what you're going to continue to do now and in the future.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, and for those tuning in, thank you so much, as always, for tuning in to the Tansson Talk Show. I always love doing this. This has been my favorite part of doing content creation since May 1st of 2016. But until next time, have a wonderful day, and let's make things happen. I'll see you later. Take care.